Hello everyone, welcome to our crash course lectures. Today we will discuss a very interesting topic of sociology, and this is unit 5 in sociology, paper 1, and the name of the topic is theories of social stratification. This is very important topic because UPSC will ask this topic each and every alternate year, क्योंकि इसमें there are 3 theories in this stratification model, और if they will ask you in 10 marker question तो एक पर्टिकुलर थ्योरी पूछेगा, वो एक नाम लिखेगा और उस थ्योरी के बारे में पूछेगा. एंड इफ दे आस्क इन 20 मार्कर क्वेश्चन, जनरली दे आर आस्किंग यू व्हाट आर द वेरियस थ्योरीज ऑफ सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द थ्योरीज ऑफ सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन. फर्स्ट, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू राइट द इंट्रोडक्शन for any topic. Before going to discuss what are the various theories of stratification, it is very important to know the introduction. So what should be the introduction? As I already told you that in introduction there is need to define the term itself. So in this theories of social stratification, so we are going to define what do you mean by stratification. It is a system in which society categorizes people and arranges them in a hierarchy. System in which society categorizes peoples and arrange them in a hierarchy. Okay. A system in which society categorizes people and arranges them in a hierarchy is known as stratification. Why they are called social stratification? Because they are found in society. That is the reason they are known as social stratification. Means stratification, division in the society. So there are 2 criteria on which stratification depends, or stratification in the society is based on mainly 2 criteria. ठीक, ये इंट्रोडक्शन में ही लिखेंगे. The first one is the objective criteria. Objective criteria, and the second one is subjective criteria. Subjective criteria. This one is the first, and this one is the second. So there are 2 ways in which we can categorize people in a hierarchy in society. The first one is the objective criteria. That is the stratification based on the objective criteria. Means your class, means your position, wealth, economy, etc. These are called objective in nature because they can quantify. इसको positivist बोलते हैं approach. Okay? And what do you mean by subjective criteria? Means your caste, gender, race, religion, ethnicity. So a system in which society categorizes people and arranges them in a hierarchy is known as stratification. Why they are called social stratification? Because they are mainly found in the society. Okay? Stratification is just division in the society based on mainly 2 criteria. Okay? The first one is the objective criteria and the second one is subjective criteria. And the objective criteria means those that can be quantify. That is known as objective criteria, which is based on your class, your position, your wealth, your economy. जैसे मेरे पास ज़्यादा पैसा है तो I'm in a rich class. आपके पास कम पैसा है तो you are in a middle class. बहुत कम है, below poverty means you are below standard. The second is subjective criteria on the basis of your race, religion, ethnicity, gender. Means generally बोलते हैं ना male are superior than female. So these are the subjective criteria for stratification in the society. Means your caste, the Brahmins are superior than all the other caste. The Kshatris are superior than the rest of the caste. और सबसे below standard कौन से होते हैं? Untouchables. They are outside the caste system of Indian society. So stratification is just mainly based on 2 criteria. The first one is the objective criteria, which can be class, position, wealth, and the second is subjective criteria, which can be the caste, gender, race, religion, ethnicity, and various things. So this should be your introduction. theories of social stratification introduction is over, in which we can define, and then what are the two criterias. Now sorry, theories of social stratification. So there are mainly three theories in sociology in which we had to study in stratification. Three theories. Three theories. The first one is structural functionalist theory. The second one is conflict theory, and the third one is Weberian Trinitarian model. So these are the three theories of stratification in society. The first one is structural functionalist theory, the second one is the conflict theory, and the third one is Weberian Trinitarian model. So in sociology we are going to discuss all these three theories. Okay, अगर एग्जामिनर पूछता है, if they will ask you in 10 marker question, definitely he will ask you just what should be the structural functionalist theory, or what should be the conflict theory, or what should be the Weberian Trinitarian model. Okay, now if they are going to ask you just in 20 marker questions, they will ask you in a simple manner what are the various theories of stratification that exist in Indian society or in the world. So we are going to study our first thing, the structural functionalist theory, which is very important, और ये maximum time UPSC में पूछा गया है, the structural functionalist theory. A structural functionalist theory. So नाम से ही पता चलता है ना, structural functionalist theory. Functionalist means those who are able to maintain the stability and integration in the society. Functionalists हमेशा ये perspective देते हैं कि each and everything which exists in a social system, in a society, is functional for the society. So what should be the structural functionalist theory? They said that stratification is good for the society. और कभी आप सोचे हो कि if there is division in society on the basis of caste, religion, gender, तो generally एक common sense होता है, sociology and common sense. Common sense ये बोलता है कि नहीं, stratification is not good for the society. क्यों नहीं होता है? क्यों? क्योंकि if you are a Brahman, then you can enter into मंदिर. If you are an untouchable, you can't go to मंदिर. तो ये तो discrimination है, that is not good for the society. But structural functionalist theory said that stratification is good for the society, and this theory is given by Davis Morey. Davis Morey. Okay, this theory is very important क्योंकि पहली बार ऐसा लगता है इन सोशियोलॉजी फंक्शनलिस्ट ये पर्सपेक्टिव देते हैं कि स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन सोसाइटी में अच्छा क्यों होता है, तो वही हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. ओके, so Davis Morey gave the concept of structural functionalist theory. He said that stratification is good for the society. Okay, he gave the concept of functional prerequisite. Okay, in any social system there is a functional prerequisite and there is effective role allocation and performance. अब ये है क्या, ये समझेंगे. ठीक, this is social system. This is social system. This is functional prerequisites. अब इसी के अंदर आता है effective role allocation and performance. Okay, and it has 4 parts or functions. अब ये डायग्राम हमेशा बनाना, ओके। स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनलिस्ट थ्योरी सेड दैट stratification is good for the society, functional for the society, and the concept is given by Davis and Morey. Now he said that there is a social system, means there is a society, okay, and in there are certain functional prerequisite. Functional prerequisite जो अब हम पार्सन में पढ़े AGIL model, he said that there are 4 functional prerequisite AGIL, which is very important for the integration and maintenance of the society. If a society want to exist, if a society want to maintain their stability, then society must perform those functions, that is AGIL. तो वो बोलते हैं डेविस एंड मोरे, there is a social system, means a society in which there are certain functional prerequisite, कुछ functional prerequisite होते हैं, and that is known as effective role allocation and performance. इसका मतलब क्या होता है effective role allocation and performance का मतलब it means to match the most talented person to the functionally most important post, okay. अभी डिस्कस करेंगे कैसे, and it has mainly 4 parts. So effective role allocation and performance का मतलब क्या होता है, to match the most talented person with functionally most important, to match the most talented person with functionally most important position. This is called effective role allocation and performance, okay. Effective role allocation and performance. अभी ये देखिए, there is a social system in which there are certain functional prerequisites, जो पार्सन बोलते हैं 4 functional prerequisites AGIL. तो वो बोलते हैं in a society social system there is certain functional prerequisite like effective role allocation and performance. 4 पार्ट या functions होते हैं, अभी हम देखेंगे. That effective role allocation and performance मतलब होता है to match the most talented person with the functionally most important position. अब ये क्या होता है? For example, if you want to qualify IAS, this is the functionally most important, the most prestigious job of our country, not in our country also but in the entire world. इससे बेस्ट कोई जॉब नहीं हो सकता, IAS, okay. This job, functionally most important job, functionally most important job, इसको वही एक्वायर करेगा जो most talented people होगा. Those who are most talented people, those who had an ability, they can occupy the functionally most important position like IAS. जरूरी नहीं यही है, अगर आप talented हो then you can go for a ministerial job, you can acquire parliamentary seats, okay. So what is effective role allocation and performance? To match the most talented person with functionally most important position, okay. For example IAS. So this is effective role allocation and performance. So why stratification? Why stratification is good for the society? Why stratification is good for society or functional for society, okay. Because so stratification is why good or functional for the society, because it helps to match the most talented person with functionally most important position. So what is the role of stratification in the society? To match the most talented, the most able person to the functionally most important position in the society, and that is the reason why stratification is good for the society, because it provides a concept of reward. अगर हम मेहनत करेंगे तो यूपीएससी में सेलेक्ट होगा, तो मेहनत कर रहे हैं तो रिवार्ड क्या मिल रहा है? यूपीएससी में सिलेक्शन. एंड नाउ हम मेहनत कर रहे हैं मींस मोस्ट टैलेंटेड पर्सन बन रहे हैं, तभी तो एग्जाम निकलेगा. देन वी कैन ऑक्युपाई द फंक्शनली मोस्ट टैलेंटेड, द फंक्शनली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन इन द सोसाइटी. सो व्हाट शुड बी द फंक्शन ऑफ stratification? To match the most talented person with the functionally most important positions, okay. And this is also called as effective role allocation and performance. So a structural functionalist theory of stratification. सोशल सिस्टम है, उसका फंक्शनल प्रीरिक्विजिट है, इफेक्टिव रोल एलोकेशन परफॉर्मेंस है, एंड टू मैच द मोस्ट टैलेंटेड पर्सन विद फंक्शनली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन. अब देयर इज अ कांसेप्ट कॉल्ड इफेक्टिव रोल एलोकेशन परफॉर्मेंस, 4 पार्ट और फंक्शंस. ये हम देखेंगे ये होता क्या है. ठीक. फॉर एग्जांपल IAS. Okay, so all the roles must be filled. All roles must be filled. The first thing, and these are filled by those who are able to perform. Filled by those who are able to perform. Okay, this one is the first one, this one is the second one. The third is necessary training. Necessary training. And what should be the last one? Necessary training. Filled by those who are able to perform. There should be a necessary training. All the roles must be filled. And the last one is performed carefully. Performed carefully. So these are the 4 things. For example, IAS, this is a position in the society. Okay, most prestigious job position or functionally most important position. So all the roles must be filled. Effective role allocation and performance का ये 4 functions होगा. Effective role allocations, effective role allocations and functions. इसके 4 functions या क्राइटेरिया. ऑल द रोल्स मस्ट बी फिल्ड, मतलब अगर आईएएस का पोजीशन खाली है, जॉब है, सो दैट मस्ट बी फिल्ड, एंड दैट इज फिल्ड बाय दोज हु आर एबल टू परफॉर्म, मींस हु हैड सम टैलेंट, जो उस जॉब के लिए क्वालिफाइड कर सकते हैं. दे हैव एबिलिटी टू क्वालिफाई प्रीलिम्स, देन मेंस, देन इंटरव्यू. Okay, so all the roles must be filled by those who are able to perform, and the third one is necessary training provided to them. LBS जाएंगे हम, वहां हमारा 1-2 साल का ट्रेनिंग होगा, अच्छे से होगा. ठीक. एंड द लास्ट वन, परफॉर्म केयरफुली. तो ट्रेनिंग के बाद हम परफॉर्मेंस अच्छे से देते हैं विद मैक्सिमम एफिशिएंसी. सो दीज आर ऑल द रोल मस्ट बी फिल्ड बाय दोस हु आर एबल टू परफॉर्म, नेसेसरी ट्रेनिंग एंड परफॉर्म केयरफुली. दिस इज कॉल्ड इफेक्टिव रोल एलोकेशन एंड परफॉर्मेंस. एंड स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन इज ऑल अबाउट टू मैच द मोस्ट टैलेंटेड पर्सन विद द मोस्ट इफेक्टिव और फंक्शनल जॉब और फंक्शनल पोजीशन इन द सोसाइटी. सो दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन इज गुड फॉर द सोसाइटी. अब दूसरा कंसेप्ट ये आया इनके सामने, डेविस एंड मोरे, कि हाउ we can say that which position is very important. कि कैसे हम कहेंगे कि सोसाइटी में this position in the society is very important, this position is not. So उन्होंने 2 कंसेप्ट बताए, which position is very important, 2 parts. Which position? उन्होंने 2 क्राइटेरिया दिया. 2 criteria that we can say that this one is the most important position in the society. Now the first one is the degree to which a position is functionally unique. The degree to which a function is a position is functionally unique. The degree to which a position is functionally unique. इसको एक एग्जांपल से समझते हैं. The position of doctor is much more importance than a nurse. For example, doctor and nurse. ओके. नाउ तो बोलते हैं कि विच पोजीशन इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट इन द सोसाइटी. तो उनका पहला क्राइटेरिया था द डिग्री टू विच अ पोजीशन इज फंक्शनली यूनिक. आप हमेशा देखेंगे कि डॉक्टर और नर्स में जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन होता है वो डॉक्टर का होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि दीज आर दोस फंक्शंस व्हिच कैन बी परफॉर्म बाय डॉक्टर ओनली, नॉट बाय द नर्स. सो दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई डॉक्टर इज फंक्शनली मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन एनी अदर पोजीशन. इसलिए एमबीबीएस के लोग नीट एग्जाम निकाल रहे हैं, एमबीबीएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो द डिग्री टू विच अ पोजीशन इज फंक्शनली यूनिट, दिस वन इज द फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया. नाउ व्हाट शुड बी द सेकंड क्राइटेरिया? द डिग्री टू विच द अदर पोजीशंस आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम. द सेकंड वन इज द डिग्री टू विच अदर पोजीशंस आर dependent on them. The degree to which other positions are dependent on them. For example, managers. मैनेजर्स. तो हमेशा एक चीज याद रखना, किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो मैनेजरियल पोस्ट होता है, जो मैनेजरियल जॉब होता है, दैट इज फंक्शनली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन फॉर दैट यूनिट, फॉर दैट एमएनसी कंपनी और एनी अदर थिंग. ओके, क्यों? क्योंकि मैनेजर्स के ही फंक्शंस पे अदर जो स्टाफ मेंबर्स हैं वो डिपेंडेंट है, इनके डायरेक्शन पे डिपेंडेंट है. दैट इज द रीजन द डिग्री टू विच अदर पोजीशंस आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम. तो मैनेजर जो बोलेगा वही अदर स्टाफ्स को फॉलो करना है. सो दीज आर द टू क्राइटेरिया बाय विच वी कैन से दैट दिस इज फंक्शनली मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशन इन द सोसाइटी, एंड पीपल ऑलवेज मोटिवेट्स टू गेट that position because that these things are filled with rewards. So this is the structural functionalist theory of stratification. Okay, now stratification is why functional for the society, Davis and Moore. Now we are going to study at last what should be the criticism of this theory. Criticism of this theory, very important. ट्यूमिन ने इनका क्रिटिसाइज किया था, बहुत अच्छे से क्रिटिसाइज किया. हम 2-3 पॉइंट देखेंगे व्हाट शुड बी द क्रिटिसिज्म. इसमें कभी कभी एग्जाम में ये भी पूछ लेता है कि व्हाट शुड बी द ट्यूमिन क्रिटिसिज्म ऑफ स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनलिस्ट थ्योरी, और व्हाट शुड बी द ट्यूमिन क्रिटिसिज्म ऑफ डेविस एंड मोरे कॉन्सेप्ट. तो ट्यूमिन के बारे में जनरली 10 मार्कर में ही पूछता है. तो 3 चीज देखेंगे जो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट important criticism इन्होंने दिया था. The first one is there is no criteria, objective criteria to which we can say that this position is functionally most unique and important in the society. No objective criteria means उसको हम किसी objective criteria से नहीं कर सकते कि IAS का पोजीशन अच्छा है, कि जो MP जो सांसद लोग हैं उनकी पोजीशन अच्छी है, या किसी SDM का पोजीशन अच्छा है, या ये सब छोड़ के प्रेसिडेंट का पोजीशन अच्छा है. So there is no objective criteria to define which is most important functional position in the society. No objective criteria. Which is most important and functional position in the society. Okay, so there is no objective criteria to measure which function is most important. The second important is the influence of power on distribution of rewards. Influence of power on distribution of rewards. अब क्या बोलते हैं कि बिकॉज हम मेहनत क्यों करते हैं किसी पोजीशन को गेट करने के लिए, क्योंकि देयर आर वेरियस टाइप ऑफ रिवॉर्ड्स अटैच टू दैट पोस्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आप आईएएस निकाल लेते हो तो रिवॉर्ड्स में क्या है? सोशल प्रेस्टीज, इकोनॉमिक प्रेस्टीज, पॉलिटिकल प्रेस्टीज और इकोनॉमिक स्टेबिलिटी है, प्लस जहां जाओगे लोग मान सम्मान देंगे. सो दीज आर द रिवॉर्ड्स अटैच टू दैट post, और इसीलिए that things motivate us. Okay, he said that the influence of power on the distribution of various rewards. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि influence of power, इसको करप्शन से भी जोड़ सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी आप देख रहे हो एग्जाम हो रहा है, उसमें क्या हो रहा है? करप्शन. means the influence of power. For example, if you visit to a board in UPSC मेंबर बोर्ड में आप गए, आपका इंटरव्यू है और आपके फादर ऑलरेडी आईएएस है और उनका फ्रेंड वहां बैठा हुआ है, तो बस It's a case of not crony capitalism, but it's a case of favoritism. So influence of power on the distribution of rewards. Okay, so stratification is bad for the society. The third, which is very important, is he said that Tumin rejects the view that stratification is functional for the society because the third, stratification is dysfunctional for society because it creates inequality and demotivates the individuals. Okay, it creates inequality in the society and demotivates the individuals. Okay, now what should be the third important criticism? That stratification is dysfunctional for the society because it creates inequality in the society and it demotivates the individual. Best example, ascribed status of untouchables in India. Ascribed status of untouchables in India. For example, if he belongs to a Dalit family, तो उसे हमेशा ये लगता है कि मैं कैपेबल नहीं हूँ किसी भी चीज के लिए. But that is the thing which is organized by the society. That is dictated by the society. That is because of stratification in the society. वो हमेशा demotivate रहता है. So ascribed status of untouchables in India. So in this lecture, we will covering what should be the three models related to stratification. शुरू से एक बार रिवीजन कर लेते हैं. In this lecture, first theories of social stratification. The first should be introduction part, means system in which society categorize people and arrange them in a hierarchy in introduction. And there are two criteria. The first one is the objective criteria and the second one is subjective criteria for stratification in the society. There are three theories related to stratification in society. The first one is structural functionalist theory, the second is conflict, and the third is Weberian trinitarian model. Okay, now the structural functionalist theory, this concept is given by Davis and Murray. This concept said that stratification is good or functional for the society. Okay, and he gave concept of functional prerequisite, that is a social system has certain functional prerequisite, and in that functional prerequisite the first important thing is effective role allocation and performance. इसका मतलब होता है to meet the most talented person to the functionally most important position in the society. For example, IAS. Okay, now effective role allocations and performance has four functions. The first one is all the role must be filled by those who are able to perform. The third is necessary training, and the fourth one is perform carefully. Now the last, there are two criteria to which we can say that which position is functionally most important in the society. The first is the degree to which a position is very much functionally unique. For example, doctor-nurse relation. The second is the degree to which the other positions are dependent on them, like managers. Okay, now at last we are going to study the criticism which is mainly given by Tumin. Okay, so first he said that there is no objective criteria to define that which position is functionally most important in the society. The second is the influence of power on the distribution of rewards in the society, and the third and the last one is stratification is dysfunctional for the society because it creates inequality in the society and demotivates the individual. For example, ascribed status of untouchables in India. So this is all about today's lecture. क्यों? क्योंकि in this lecture we are covering only first theory, that is the structural functionalist theory. In the next lecture we are going to study about two other thinkers, two theories, that is the conflict theory given by Karl Marx, and the last one Weberian trinitarian model. Okay, कि how stratification exists in the society. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you so much.